According to this affidavit from the FBI, a Punta Gorda man threatened to shoot up a church in Memphis, Tennessee, and the attack was supposed to happen this Thursday. We'll have more for you coming up. Take a look. There are pages and pages of Cape Coral properties listed in that class action lawsuit. Jane, this story has been a hot topic in this neighborhood. People have been stopping us, asking questions, taking pictures of the sketches that we have. They want to know what these two men look like. So I want to show you those sketches one more time. Take a look. Something that was striking about those 911 calls is how neighbors describe just how much ground Ryan Cole covered that day while he was in this neighborhood. In fact, one of those 911 calls actually puts him near here at the intersection with Gates Avenue. A couple of nights ago, they heard a man knocking on this window right here on the side of their home. This is the car that Fort Myers police say is likely connected to the brutal shooting of Keon Upshaw. And this is the car that we watched officers impound earlier today in Alva, Florida. You know, Shari, we're all guilty of this, right? We're walking around with our faces buried in our phones, but Cape Coral police tell us that they're seeing entirely too many students doing this while crossing busy streets. And they say they want them to stop. Linda LaRoche's arrest comes almost 20 years to the day that Peggy Johnson's body was found in a field in Wisconsin. Neighbors tell me she was carried from her home in handcuffs earlier this week.
We're all in a state of shock.
Disbelief in the Cape Friday.
I was coming on Tuesday to pick her up.
After canceled plans with a friend.
And I said, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" And she said, "Yeah." But at the end of the text, she said to me, "Bye-bye."
Ends with them behind bars in connection to a 20-year-old murder case.
I don't know what to say.
On the other end of that conversation, 64-year-old Linda LaRoche. Wisconsin detectives say she brutally beat and killed a woman named Peggy Johnson back in 1999. The pair met at an Illinois medical center shortly after Johnson's mother died in the early 90s.
Peggy lived with LaRoche in McHenry for the last 5 years of her life. There, she suffered long-term and horrific abuse at the hand of Linda LaRoche.
According to detectives, LaRoche later dumped Johnson's body in a field in Wisconsin and eventually moved to Cape Coral. Local police say they were able to arrest her after someone called to say LaRoche had recently been bragging about the murder. But according to friends, LaRoche is claiming she's innocent.
She said she did not do it. She doesn't understand what happened.
Police are now working to extradite her back to Wisconsin. They're asking anybody who knows anything about this case to contact the Racine County Sheriff's Office. In Cape Coral, Rochelle Aline, ABC Action News. At this point, they don't, but what they do know is that they're looking for a silver SUV in connection to this case. They say whoever is responsible was likely driving in a silver Nissan Kicks SUV.
Happy birthday to you.
It's a celebration.
Happy birthday, dear Keon.
That's missing the guest of honor.
It's a terrible loss.
Keon Upshaw would have been 24 today. He was killed in a drive-by shooting outside of his Fort Myers home in broad daylight on Saturday.
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers. I didn't know somebody was shooting at him.
Fort Myers police say whoever is behind this shooting drove up to the home near Gardenia and Michigan Avenues in a silver SUV like this one. Police are still looking for clues in the case and tell us they may have found some near this barbershop just up the street. In the meantime, his family will continue to celebrate his life and the man they say he was.
He wasn't a bad person. He didn't do nothing. They took his life for no reason. I don't know why.
And if you know anything about this shooting, you're asked to call Fort Myers PD at 239-321-7700. Coming up at 11 o'clock, I'll share a message that Keon's stepfather has for whoever is responsible. For now in Fort Myers, Rochelle Aline, Fox 4, in your corner.
I usually get migraines.
For North Fort Myers high school teacher Dianita Rivera, headaches are pretty normal.
Since I've been in my teen years.
But back in September, she got one that just felt different.
My speech was slurred. I could not even pick stuff from the floor.
After 3 weeks of agony and several trips to urgent care, she finally went to the ER.
That's when they found out I had a mass in the cerebellum.
She had a brain tumor. Doctors removed it in early October. And 2 weeks later, she's doing
better,
thanks to the surgery and a little help from a friend.
This surgery has brought an unexpected cost into Dianita's life, but that's where a friend of hers who also works here at North Fort Myers High School has stepped in. She started a GoFundMe page and told me she was hoping to raise about $1,000, but the page has collected more money than either of them had expected.
We're very, very happy.
To date, they've raised more than $14,000.
I really thank everyone. Even people that I don't know have donated money.
Dianita goes back to the doctor tomorrow for the results of a biopsy on that tumor. At this point, she's expected to be out of work for at least another 6 weeks. In Cape Coral, Rochelle Aline, Fox 4, in your corner.